I was texting with Robert and D-Row last night when Kevin Pillar, the exact second he got hit in the face and his face was running. The poor pitcher was shook, as you can imagine. And I was watching MLB Tonight, and half the guys said, you got to take Webb out. He just needs to get out of there. And half the guys said, no, that can't be his lasting image on the mound as a pitcher. What side do you fall?
Needs to go. He needs to get out of the game. If you watched when he sat on the bench, Gary Cohen, who I was doing the game with, said, he needs to get up and leave the dugout. I said, he can't.
Oh, he
physically cannot, get up. He felt, if I get up and try to walk out of this dugout, I might fall.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how you feel. I remember when I was an amateur, I hit a kid in the face, and I wasn't pitching during that summer in the Cape Cod League, and they asked me to pitch an inning. It was kind of a foggy night in Chatham, and I hit this guy in the face, and I asked my manager, I said, I'm not pitching the rest of the year. I just cannot get on the mound again. And luckily, he'd never put me back on the mound, and I just played a position the rest of the time. But it shook me to my core, where it took 2 or 3, like a whole 2, 3, 4 months before I could go back out there and pitch.
I thought it was like fate that Kevin Seitzer was on that bench for them, because this is a man who's been hit in the face twice. I, knock on wood, was never, I mean, dinged off the helmet a couple times, but never that. And for him, after that half inning, to kind of take it all in and then go down, put his arm around him and be like, you could tell. He said, you could read his lips. He said, this is not your fault. It got away. He was around the zone with every other pitch. It almost like was kind of erratic. But Webb, he needed that in that moment. But I agree with Ron. He didn't know, there's no moving there. If I move, I'm going to potentially pass out. So he could have went underneath and potentially called over to Kevin. I'm sure they've already spoken and exchanged text. I DM'd Kevin Pillar. He was a teammate of mine in 2013 with Toronto. I reached out to him this morning and just told him I was thinking about him, and he DM'd me back and said, I'll be fine. So that, for him, what a warrior.
Yeah, unbelievable.
I mean, to get up and he walked off
on his own power.
I mean,
basically.
And it was crazy. It really was, with Seitzer, like a goodwill hunting moment, wasn't it?
He needed
it's not your fault. And they went through that whole thing, and for Pillar to get up, it was just a confluence of so many things. It's people on base, trying to score, 2 strikes, sticking your nose in there, just trying to do anything. And the ball exploded.
Multiple nasal fractures, but he's going to be okay.
All right, our best wishes to Kevin Pillar. Hopefully he's back on the field very, very soon.